Howdy y'all, this is Twitchonium here, coming at you with another Phyrexia All Will Be One quick draft. Before we get started, I do want to take a moment to say that if you are enjoying the content on the channel and you'd like to support me here, my Patreon is linked in the description down below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and crack open some packs, see what we get today. Well, not a very exciting rare, unfortunately. This guy has not seemed strong anytime I've seen him played. But we do have some excellent uncommons here. All three of these really are just great. Rebel Salvo can go into any red deck, not just the equipment ones. Scamp, same kind of thing. It's just being able to ping anything that you want to with it when it dies is pretty nice. There's a lot of one toughness stuff running around the format. And then Incubation Sac is just a lot of value over the course of a game. Just getting 4 3/3s off of this thing is pretty crazy. Or 3 3/3s rather, for 4 mana. But I think here it's going to just be Rebel Salvo. Premium red removal, definitely going to have to be the pick. Now in pack 2, we have one of the strongest 1-drops, if not the strongest 1-drop in the format. And red-green is a great archetype to be in. We have played it a fair amount, but there's good reason for that. If we do end up in that archetype, the Ichor Plate Golem is likely to be another card we'd love to see. Wouldn't mind a Furnace Strider, not even a Blazing Crescendo would be fine. I mean, this pack has a lot of decent stuff in it. Head Cleaver and Dross for the Infect decks, but I think here the choice has to be adaptive. Even though the Golem is more open, and flexible, and definitely can go into red decks. There's plenty of oil in red deck in red, but the adaptive is just so much stronger. And you kind of need the adaptive before you pick up something like a Golem. Alright, so pick 3. A lot of white in this pack. None of it's super exciting. I think I like the Lookout the best. Has performed more than these others have for me. Shepherd's fine on the top end, and Raptor's good in super dedicated toxic decks, but Lookout's just good all around. Blocks all those 1 toughness creatures really well. Here for us, though, probably just the Axiom Engraver to go with the Salvo. It still kind of works in the red-green oil archetype, and Engraver has just done a lot of work for me. It blocks early well, it filters out your lands when you don't want them in the late game. Just definitely an overperformer. And in pack 4, or pick 4, overall, again, not a super crazy pack. I mean, there's a black removal spell, some okay blue cards, but I think we'll just take the Sky Warden here. Just get a nice evasive top end body. I prefer the Furnace Strider at 5, but Sky Warden's fine. Ooh, and we happen upon a pretty late Volcharge here. Definitely happy to pick that up. Still not certain that we're going to be green, but with Volcharge and the Rebel Salvo, I'm definitely going to want to try and make sure we can play red if at all possible here. Now, really nothing either way. I guess I'll take a Blade Aspirant just in case we move into the equipment archetype. And here, now I actually will go back onto the green plan. Lattice Blade Mantis is just an excellent 4-drop. Wouldn't mind a Dune Mover or 2 in this deck, but Lattice Blade Mantis is just too good to pass up here. Right, and we did wheel. Wait, is this the wheel? No, not quite yet. But we've got an Axiom Engraver and a Blazing Crescendo here. Both would be fine, but since we are still hurting a little bit on 2-drops, I'm going to go ahead and pick up another Engraver. Ooh, and we wheeled the Scamp. That's awesome. Happy to see that. And the Furnace Strider. Yeah, okay, red is just super wide open here. Good spot for us to be. And we still don't, aren't fully committed to green as our second color, so we can pivot if we open up something crazy in one of the next packs. Or we're just going to open up a red bomb. So anytime we put counters onto something, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our cards so far, and we can just heavily draft anything that has oils or any kind of counters, really. Seems pretty good. Let's give it a shot. Can't pass up the mythic rare that's in your colors, right? And Churning Reservoir seems like a good way to repeatedly put counters onto things. Cankerbloom is a really nice 2-drop, though. Mirix, I tried doing... Oh, no, Mirix isn't the one that I was struggling with. It's the one that turns into an artifact that I was struggling with. Mirix actually might not be terrible, but we're not really trying to do the toxic thing. Yeah, I mean, it's not as good in a vacuum, but with some engravers and the mantis and all, and like we're going to be taking the furnace strider, we're going to be taking counters off pretty often, and just being able to repeatedly abuse the all will be one seems like it could be a pretty spicy spot to be. This pack, a little bit weak for us, sadly. Some good black and blue cards in here, but not for us. I could take a Volshock Splitter or Rebuke. I mean, any of these are fine, honestly. Let's see what slot we're hurting him most. I guess we could use another 4-drop. Could probably use another 2-drop as well. Yeah, this is tough. I think I'll just go with the Splitter. It's nice to have a equipment, you know, that you leave around that you can move around late game if you need to. Well, Troll is super nice in an oil deck, but Chimney Rebel is just so strong. That's the... Like, I would only play this as my 4-drops if I got a bunch of them. Maybe one Mantis. Alright, and now we can take a 2-drop here. Either a Slinger so we can have some main deck artifact hate in the deck, or a Batter Fist just to have another equipment that we can move around later. I think I like the first copy of Batter Fist first. I feel like I see Shrapnel Slingers come around later in drafts, so we'll take the Batter Fist first there. Ooh, and a Cultivator is a nice little pickup. 1-drop as oil counters you can add to it repeatably for the all will be one. For the same reason, I think I'm going to pick up the Scamp. Little hasty 1-drop that can repeatably get counters on it. This one has nothing for us. We'll take the rare for the gems. Same thing here. Alright, got another engraver. If that's all our 2-drops, that's okay. Probably not going to play 2 thrills, if even one. I will probably play the first copy of the furnace, though. Alright, well we are just like more or less mono red splashing green right now, so we'll see what we open here. A terrible pack for us. Mycosynth unplayable. Like Mere Convert's fine. There's a ton of good cards in this. Like Annex Sentry is amazing. Mesmerizing Dose is a great blue removal spell. I mean, Rat's good in toxic decks. I mean, I think for us it's going to be either Mere Convert or the Troll. And I think we're already doing fine on the early plays, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up the first Troll here. And now we can pick up another removal spell and hope we wheel the Furnace Strider. Nothing else really that we want in here anyways. Here, probably the Steward, just because it comes with oil. Now, probably a first copy of Hazardous Blast. I definitely like having access to at least one copy in the deck. Ooh, and another Rebel Salvo's nice. Would definitely like this Furnace Strider, but we're going to hope to wheel at least one of them in this pack. And we are a little light on interaction still. Probably take the Titanic Growth over the finisher here. I think we're doing alright on the big stuff. We've got a Troll, a Sky Warden, and a Furnace Strider already, and we're hoping to pick up at least one more. I think I'll take the Rebuke here. Might not play it, though. Yeah, it's nice. Got another Axiom Engraver to finish off our playset there. Might play a Mere Convert, actually. Normally, the Furnace Skullbomb is the one I don't play. But in a deck with all will be one, maybe now's the time. It helps us draw towards it to find it. It's basically like deal 2. It's like a shock for if we have that out. Yeah, I don't think we need any more 2-drops. I think I'd rather play that. And we did wheel one Furnace Strider. Excellent. I might play 2 tap lands. Take another Skull Bomb. Still got a Dune Mover. Might play one of those. All right. Not the typical green red oil deck, but Looks like it could be pretty fun. I mean, I basically went all in on trying to build around this all will be one because it looks like a really fun build around. So we'll see if we can't get to it pretty often. Speaking of, I might be on running 2 thrills just to make sure we can try to get to it more often. But I think we'll cut the rebuke. It's a little expensive. I do want the troll still, but I think we need to cut one of our 5 drops. Skywarden is the one I want to cut, but this deck is going to suffer against flyers. Although I guess we have a fair amount of removal now. We've got Volt Charge, 2 Rebel Salvos, Titanic Growth, and a Infectious Bite for interaction. So yeah, I think we can cut the Skywarden actually. I much prefer to have the oil-based ones, and these can get haste, which just comes in clutch sometimes. Alright, I guess Hazardous Blast is sort of removal-y. We definitely didn't get there on the Blade Aspirant. I guess 3 drops in general we're just hurting for. But if we have enough early plays, we can always just fill that roll with them, and then maybe drop like a Furnace and a 2-drop on turn 3. So we got 4 copies of the Engraver. Probably don't need the Batter Fist as a result. So that still leaves us with 6. 5 of which have oil, and 1 of them can help us draw towards our double-colored cards. And here, I do still like the Scamp. I like it better in the equipment decks, but proliferating in a deck with oil is still going to be nice. Like if we have a bunch of stuff out with oil and proliferate once with, where is it? All will be 1 out. That could be pretty spicy. I think we'll go ahead and drop both Skull Bombs, though. And the Thrill, even. I do like card draw, but we have 4 Axiom Engravers to kind of churn through our deck if we really need to try and hit the All will be 1. That means we got to make 1 more cut. I feel like Training Reservoir is pretty unexciting, but specifically in this deck with the All will be 1, I just feel like that synergy there is going to be really good. Maybe we drop a Scamp? Or the Sawblade Scamp even. That's probably the one we should do. Definitely not as impactful as the Cacophony Scamp, but it does have the oil synergies. So let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12. 12 oil producers. Yeah, maybe we should just cut this Scamp. I do like it better than the Sawblade, but I think Sawblade's more what this deck is trying to do. Go ahead and put the All will be 1 as our card there. 15 and 7. Yep, looks like 9 and 8. So that's going to be it for us. I will see y'all in the first round. Welcome to round number 1. We are on the play with a pretty aggressive little starting hand here. We got the Dune Mover turn 2 to make sure we can keep hitting our lands, and once we're at 3, we're not set, but we're in a pretty good spot at that point. Get a nice little hasty attack in here. Ooh. Flamestoker, a very good 1-drop. I think no. I'm gonna go ahead and get the Engraver down since we ended up hitting the land. We don't really need it now. All right. Our Scamp blocks that pretty well. I mean, both of them do, really. But now I think we swing with the Scamp here first and see if they want to try and block with their Flamestoker. Nope, that's fine. And we'll just hold up some interaction here. I don't really feel like I need to get a Dune Mover down still. I might do it if we draw into our All will be 1 and we need to hit our second red source, but for now I think we're fine. Alright, we'll go ahead and block here. See if they try to eat us. Ah, they do. They do try to eat our creature, but I think we'll eat theirs instead. Alright. Well, we just naturally drew into our red source, so we definitely don't need the Dune Mover now, that's for sure. I think we'll just keep swinging. Well, I'm going to play the Dune Mover, but we don't need to fetch a land, I mean. Don't have anything in our deck that takes more than 5. Ooh, and an Ichor Plate Golem. We would have liked to have one of those in our deck, that's for sure. That is worthy of a Volt Charge. Just ping it now pre-combat. That way any block we have is a trade for us. Oop. And they're going to block the Engraver. Understandable. But now we are in top deck mode, so we have 4 Engravers in the deck, though, so ideally we could draw another one if we need to. Yikes, more lands. It's alright. On the plus side, our double block into their creature here is pretty decent. We can still ping them with the Scamp while we block. But then we just really have to hit into something. Well, that's unfortunate. About as bad of a draw for us as we could have seen there. Lattice Blade Mantis is a nice draw, though. I am going to go ahead and play my other land here. I don't think there's any reason to hold it for a red-white deck. Hopefully they stick that on this guy and forget that it comes with -1. If they have a combat trick here, which they're very likely to in red-white, might be bad for us. They're probably just going to stack up their dude here. That's fine. And a Scamp of theirs. Now I'd love to draw our Hazardous Blast, although I guess they're going to put a Bardiche onto it. Well, let's go ahead and draw a card first here and see what we get. And there's our All Will Be One. Gonna be a little too late, I think, unfortunately. Gonna take 6, 7 here, probably. Yeah, we just have to draw into something that puts oil counters on itself. Ooh, Scry 1, though. That, thank you, opponent. We really could use that. Ooh, and good thing, too. I mean, I wouldn't mind drawing another card draw, but that's a slow way to draw some cards, and we would just die. Yep. Hazardous Blast would be nice. Anything with oil counters would be nice. Land and we're dead. Well, now Hazardous Blast is less nice because we're still dead. Unfortunate start to the draft there, but we'll see if we can't turn it around in game number 2. I'll see y'all there. Welcome to game number 2, y'all. We are on the play again, and this hand looks a little better than the last one. At least we know we've got the All Will Be One to start with, so we can play around it. Do need to hit a second red source for it, though. But we can start off with an aggressive little Scamp. Alright, opponent starts with a nice 1-drop of their own. What a Branchlight Stalker. That's a nice target for a Hazardous Blast. Interesting. I really don't want to use Volt Charge until All Will Be One's down to get the Proliferate out. I think we'll just hold for now. Just react to whatever they do. Because with that out, that's 2 counters. Or no, 3, because we'd be putting one on from the non-creature spell and then proliferating. So yeah, that'd be real nice. Enough to kill a Mantis. But I am glad we saved our removal here. card or land? No land. That's unfortunate. Yikes. I almost feel like I want to engrave away something like a Rabble or a Mantis. Like I really don't want to remove anything in the hand right now. Like I'm probably supposed to get rid of all would be one. But I think I'd rather have Chimney Rabble. No. Usually I would rather have Chimney Rabble. Right now specifically, the Mantis with the all will be one with the counters seems better. Well, Dune Mover not great, but it'll at least let us hit that land. And we still have blocks for the Stalker, thankfully. Ooh, Synthesizer is a nice evasive creature if they can get enough counters put up onto it. And a Dune Mover. Opponent not looking for more lands, though. Alright, opponent wants to trade a Dune Mover for a Cultivator. I'm okay with that. And we'll jam down a Mantis. One more land, and then we can be off to the races. We can deal 3 damage to something, and then 3 damage to something else with the actual Volt Charge itself. That seems pretty gross. If each one of the proliferates has its own individual damage you can point, that seems pretty good too. That's alright. Did not hit the land. Do we discard a Furnace Strider trying to hit a land? No, because then we don't have the... I think I'm just going to have to proliferate now, unfortunately. And kill something. No. We'll do it on their turn if we're going to do it. See if they choose to proliferate here instead of getting the land. Nope. Well, our awesome board state for all will be one just continues to get worse and worse here, unfortunately. Just really unfortunate that we didn't hit that land. Even ditching some, like, what's it called, a Chimney Rabble to even try and hit it. Still couldn't get there. Heart of the cards. Yikes. Well. At least they're in top deck mode. Definitely will use this if they want to get rid of their Canker Bloom. For sure need to get rid of the Canker Bloom before we put the All Will Be One out. That's fine. They can proliferate. And a Predation Steward. Come on, land. Come on, land. I mean, I could kill the Dune Mover. Is that really doing much for me? No, I guess we'll do it at instant speed on their turn during combat. Yowza. All right. Finally. This is probably not the order I should be playing. I should probably play the Furnace Strider here, but I'm going to eat the 1 turn of attacks if they're going to do it. I'd rather get the 2 damage so we can kill a Steward. Or an Observer, potentially. Alright, they're going to swing with that. That's fine. Yep, we kind of had a feeling we were going to have to eat that one. came in with 2. Yeah, I think we'll just kill this guy. I'm not gonna swing though and take off the counter, because we need that to be able to infectious bite something else, like the troll or the observer. Yeah, at this point I think we need to kill the synthesizer even. And both of these evasive creatures are not good for us. Maybe we can draw into a second removal spell. Well, that'll be nice. If and when we get to get back to our upkeep. Okay, so this takes 2. This takes 2. Is just enough. If we remove a counter, we can activate the ability. And we can still kill... Sheesh, they have so much I want to kill now. I think the synthesizer's the worst one, though. Or maybe it's the observer. No, this guy's just strictly unblockable. But this one's giving us toxic each turn. This one could get out of hand. I'll just try this one. Oh, we put a counter on something. I forgot about poison counters. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, we need something that puts 3 counters on a thing so we can kill off their observer, and then we'll finally be a little stabilized. We'll put a counter here. Well, that's a great draw. Go ahead and swing in with both, because now we're going to have to try and race that flyer unless we can do something here. Probably get rid of my splitter with my engraver here. Oh, and we're just dead, I think. We might be at 1. Oh, it's a non-creature spell. Okay. So it doesn't have flying this turn, but we are in bad shape. Well, that will be 2 extra counters here. Alright, they're going to chump with their troll. I should have used the other engraver first so I could know if this was going to kill. Because we're just dead now. Unless we draw removal. Yep. Unfortunate. We're going to die to poison in the air here. But at least we got to see how all will be 1 can work. I totally spaced that you can use poison counters to proc it too. I probably should have been considering that during the draft. But that's alright. Still a super fun round. I'll see y'all in the 3rd round here. Welcome to round number 3. We are on the play yet again with another fine keeping, keeper hand. We are 0-2, so a bit of a rough start here, but I think part of that's just because I tried to force the expensive enchantment a little hard. But when you get the super cool mythic enchantment that you've never played with before, you have to draft it, right? Like that's just, it's a rule, an unspoken rule. Dune Mover lines up pretty well against their 1-drop creature, though. We do not need to draw another land quite yet. See what second color they're playing. Maybe white? Maybe green? Yep. Black-white toxic, it looks like. I'll go ahead and swing with my Dune Mover and see if they want to trade off or not. And drop another 2. I still don't mind trading off the Steward for their Skull Dweller. Even though that's a 1-drop, it's an uncommon, like it's a pretty good 1-drop, so I feel like it's worthy of a trade up for them into the Steward if we need to. Although I might even let it through once here if they do want to try and attack with it. Ooh, Ossification on a Predation Steward. Feels like they're really, really wanting to get us corrupted here. But I'm okay with this. That means we can just get in with a Chimney Rabble and a Dune Mover for 5 here. Not too shabby. And we still have a super perfect little chump blocking token for their Skull Dweller. Now I would like to draw one more land just to make sure we can hit the Furnace Strider next turn. And a Testament Bearer. Well, that card I have not been a huge fan of personally. It just, the 1 toughness, like right now, our Phyrexian Goblin token trades into their 4-drop, you know? But it's tough to say if I should salvo this or not, or just jam down a Lattice Blade Mantis. Like maybe I'm supposed to just attack all here, let them trade what they want, and then jam down a 5-4 or 4-3 that's sometimes a 5-4. Yeah, that seems fine. See what they put in their graveyard. Two lands. And we've still got a salvo if they play something big and we need to remove it here to get the Mantis in. In fact, I would prefer they play one big creature here instead of a couple of little things. That'll do. It is going to, of course, get a creature back for them, but at least they can't replay it this turn, so that works out okay for us. And we can even get an extra little bit of hasty damage in here. Not a great spot for the opponent. If we can top deck a land and get our Furnace Strider hastily in there too, then that'll be pretty good next turn. Yeah, that's fine. They're gonna go ahead and remove the Mantis. Probably play their Death Toucher now. Yeah, makes sense. Alright, well, we really need to draw a land now. But we are going to keep swinging in with these. If they're going to try and save their Skull Dweller, I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's fine. I'm tempted to crack the Furnace. I guess I can't because I still need the mana for that. Yeah, we have to just play the Engraver here. And if they want to swing in with the Skull Dweller, I'm okay with that too. I really just want to get at least one more chip in, that way Volt Charge is lethal. Even if we have to sacrifice off a critter. And I mean, we do have 2 hasty 4-powered creatures waiting in the wings as well. Even if they can deal with the first one. Opponent's thinking pretty hard here. What will it be? Just gonna swing in with the Skull Dweller. Alright, and then probably bounce a land, I guess? Okay. Getting rid of their own aura on their dude. Very interesting. We'll just let them have the trade for their Skull Dweller here. And then next turn we'll try and get in a little bit with our second one. We were going to have to make the trade at some point here. Can't just not be playing stuff. Especially when we're so close. Anything smaller than a 4/5. That would be great. Oh, that's excellent if that's all they're doing. I'm sure they have some kind of crazy play. They could play White Sun Zenith. That would be really bad. Or Twilight or whatever it is. Or the Wandering Emperor. That would be equally bad. Yeah, it looks like we're going to see a White Sun's Twilight here. I guess they need 7 for that. I don't know, they would have tapped the 7th if they were. Ah, it's Black Sun's Twilight. Okay. Just a different Twilight. Oh. Oh, the frickin' 1-drop. I was going to say it's lethal for us, but not quite. Well, we can kill off 2 and get in for 1. Hopefully they'll think we're in a bad spot here, swing for both, and then we can swing back for lethal. Skrelv's Hive, that's a good start for us. Those are going to be creatures that can't block. Oh, but that's going to give them lifelink, isn't it? Yep. Dang. Okay, we might just be toast now. Unfortunate, but I think this is the first 0-3 game we've had here on the channel. But I feel okay about it when it was trying to facilitate a crazy mythic card. I'd really like to build around this in different format. Doesn't seem like it's like limited is the best place for it, with how, especially with how aggressive this format is. Thankfully, it's a nice, quick little video here. I appreciate you all coming along for the ride with me, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care, everybody.